Alright everyone, and welcome back. Today we're diving deep into a budget-friendly smartphone that's been making some waves. The 18PM smartphone, specifically the i16_3 model in this striking deep blue color. Now, with a name like 18PM, it certainly piques curiosity, right? Let's see if this phone lives up to its intriguing name. Right out of the box, the i16_3 feels surprisingly solid for its price point. The deep blue finish has a nice sheen to it, though it does seem to attract fingerprints. The 6.02-inch screen dominates the front, and while the bezels aren't the slimmest we've seen, they're perfectly acceptable for a phone in this category. It's worth noting that the specs list a generic Android operating system, so we're not sure which version it's running out of the box. Hopefully, it's a relatively recent one. Now, let's talk performance. The i16_3 boasts 12 gigabytes of RAM, which is pretty impressive for a budget phone. This should, theoretically, allow for smooth multitasking and decent gaming performance. However, without knowing the processor inside, it's hard to say definitively how it will handle more demanding tasks. We'll have to put it through its paces and see how it performs in real-world usage. The listing mentions 4G cellular technology, so you won't be getting blazing fast 5G speeds, but 4G is still perfectly adequate for most everyday tasks. It's also unlocked for all carriers, which is a definite plus for flexibility. One thing that immediately jumps out is the repeated mention of i16_3 in the product information. It's listed multiple times, almost excessively. This might just be a quirk of the listing, but it does make you wonder. The brand name, BVNA, is also not one I'm familiar with, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. There are plenty of lesser-known brands producing decent budget phones these days. The big question, of course, is whether the 18PM smartphone i16_3 is worth your money. Based on the limited information available, it's hard to give a definitive answer. The 12 gigabytes of RAM is certainly enticing, and the 6.02-inch screen is a good size. However, the lack of information about the processor and Android version is a concern. If you're on a tight budget and looking for a phone with plenty of RAM, this might be worth considering. But I definitely recommend doing some more research and checking out some in-depth reviews once they become available. Look for reviews that test its gaming performance, battery life, and camera quality. Those are key areas that will determine whether this phone is a hidden gem or just another budget contender. We'll definitely be doing our own thorough testing of the 18PM smartphone i16_3. So stay tuned for a full review where we'll dive into all the details and give you our final verdict. In the meantime, let us know in the comments what you think of this phone. Have you heard of the brand BVNA before? Are you intrigued by the 18PM smartphone? We'd love to hear your thoughts.
Check out the video description for updated price. And thank you for watching this video.